Hello, I'm your Kingdom Spiritual Transformational and Life Purpose Life Coach and Mentor Latricia Booker here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power, and that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people, we are. We are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. We are curse breakers. And we most definitely are transformers more than meets the eye. Yeah, Kingdom people, we are. Kingdom people, thank you all so very much for viewing my videos. Thank you for all the likes, subscribe, shares, your comments and feedbacks, all of your words of encouragement and inspiration. Kingdom people, thank you for all of your financial contributions to my channel, for all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry, for all your bookings, for all your purchases. Kingdom people, thank you for everything you do here on Kingdom Business. Kingdom people, thank you. So Kingdom people, I am on location and you already know what I'm here to do. And if you don't know, then now you know. I am here to drop this beat, this word, this message. Yeah. So Kingdom people, I am the chain breaker and you are chain breakers too. Are y'all ready to break these chains? Let's go. Come on. Let me upgrade you. Let me activate you. Let me elevate you, Kingdom people. Come on. Kingdom people, everything that God has for you is set aside for you, just like you are. God has set you aside because you're sacred. You holy. Holy means to be set apart. You have been set apart. Everything that God has for you is set apart too. So here's the thing, Kingdom people. This has been a message that has been ministering to me for several days now. I've just been allowing God to speak to me and talk to me about this whole thing and just build this message up to where, He allowed me to release it. And so God has been saying everything that He has for you is set apart, just like you are. So here's the thing, Kingdom people. It's nothing that no one can do about what He's doing in you and what He has for you, what He's bringing you into. And so what has been going on, Kingdom people, God originally was speaking to me about building you up, building His kingdom people up. And what was happening is I was having some experiences where I would be doing certain things or participating in certain things, or God would be speaking to me about certain things or having me listen to certain things that I didn't care to continue to listen to. And they had a lot to do with what they doing, what them ones are doing, and Kingdom people, so many of these people, they are so filled with hatred and envy and jealousy. They really are filled with a lot of hatred. And so God will be speaking to me about these things. And, I want to say maybe a couple of weeks ago, I told God, I said, I don't care to be doing this. I don't care to hear it. I don't care to, know it is what it is. And I had an attitude, I just don't care. I don't want to even be in that space or just to even keep listening to it. And God said something to me that really struck me. He said, I am building your inner strength. That's what He said first. He said, I am building your inner strength. Then maybe a couple of days later, He started speaking to me about it again. And He said, I am also building your inner resilience and your inner resolve. And so I'm like, okay. So as time went on, I began to understand what God was saying, because He was continuously speaking to me about these different things. And what would happen is I would listen. It became a thing where, like I said, initially I didn't care to hear about it. But what was happening is that I was noticing I was getting stronger just internally on knowing, just the knowing that, it's a thing where people don't mean you well. They want to cause you harm. And it became, I don't know, I can't even explain it, but in some way it was building me. It was making me strong in the face of what was being shown to me. And what God showed me is this. He said, where I'm taking you is going to bring jealousy. He said, I've used all these things to build you, to build your strength, to build your inner resolve, to build your inner resilience. And he sometimes got to bring things to us, and he'll have us speaking, certain people speaking on things, these unpleasant things about where it concerns our enemies. And God was literally showing me how he uses those things to build you, to make you stronger. And it's because, a lot of it is because where he's taking you is going to bring jealousy. Who you're rising up into being, which is who he created you to be, it's going to bring a lot of jealousy. And the thing is, you've already been experiencing that. And the thing is, they haven't seen anything yet. These all along your way, these were people that were trying to stop and block and break your spirit to no avail. And now that you have overcome all those things and God has built your strength through having these people or allowing these people or just through these people coming against you, trying to stop you, trying to just do all those things that they've been trying to do. And, it's a lot of jealousy that you experience, a lot of hatred that you experience. It's literally built you and made you stronger. And so where you're going now, because all that was really just training, God was molding you and making you. And so now what you're getting ready to walk into, if you thought that was jealousy, you ain't seen nothing yet. But here's the thing, kingdom people, it's not going to faze you, because God has used all those things to already build you, to make you stronger, to build your inner resolve. In other words, again, in the face of jealousy, in the face of hatred, in the face of people trying to come against you and stop you, you're strong. And you're not moved or fazed by what they do. And here's the thing, God showed me this. He said, these new enemies don't have a chance because you've already overcome. So now you're stronger, you're wiser, you're strengthened. You know an enemy when you see one. You don't even let them in at this point. See, kingdom people, you had to put a lot of people out of your life. And some of those people that you put out of your life, they're actually trying to find their way back in. And this is something else that God was just like really speaking to me about. He had just been showing me over the last few days certain people that, they sit and they watch and they're angry and they're jealous. They sit and watch with hateful hearts, and they watch you and they're bothered and jealous by you. And the thing is, kingdom people, they're only really hurting themselves. And and then at the same time, they're trying to find their way back in your life. They want to disrupt your life. They've already tried that. They may still be trying it, but at the same time, they want to be in your life, because a lot of what's going on is that they want to be you. They want to be like you. They want to take what's yours. They want to be what they see that you are. But kingdom people, at the same time, they hate you. They hate you, and they're very jealous. Now, we know that when people hate you, they really hate themselves, but they're not accepting of that, so they'll rather project their hate onto you. God has really been talking to me about how these people are so miserable, and a lot of it is because they're hateful. When you're hateful and jealous, it doesn't make you happy. It only makes you miserable. So, kingdom people, you may have people that sit up and think on you, watch you, trying to see what you're doing, trying to keep up with you, only to just be hateful towards you and jealous. And they want to hurt you, and they try to, all these, they're projecting all these negative energies towards you. And really, this is all the way that they feel about themselves. And it's interesting because, as I was saying, I was sitting with this, had been sitting with this as God speak to me about it. And it literally built me and made me stronger, because these are the kind of things that we have to face. And we really don't have to do anything. It's just that these people, this is their condition. This is the condition of their minds, their hearts, and their spirits. And you're just moving on and doing what you do. You're minding your business, fulfilling your purpose. You're not bothering these people. You're not trying to see what they're doing. They're focused on you. And the thing is, I say that this is what we have to face, because having that understanding that this is what's going on. And so, you know, you now have, or God is giving you a lot of inner resolve, so that no matter what they're doing, and they've already been doing it, and again, God is taking you into something where people that you don't even know, kingdom people, are going to be feeling this way towards you. They're going to be hateful and jealous, and they're sitting with all this hate and jealousy, but not understanding that it's really affecting them. And then these people are miserable, and not understanding they're making themselves miserable by hating you and being jealous of you. Again, being hateful and jealous does not make you happy. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you miserable. And so many times, kingdom people, these people are watching you be happy, be at peace, be full of joy, and that makes them angry. And kingdom people, this is the thing. A lot of people are miserable, and they're watching you in their misery, and they want you to be miserable, and they don't want you to have peace. As crazy as that sounds, this is how these people think. And you know, I have a thing where I'm like, I choose happiness, I choose joy, I choose peace. I don't sit up and think about the thoughts that are going to make me miserable. I'm not sitting up being jealous and hateful towards other people. I don't choose to do that with my time, my thoughts, my energy, any of that. I choose happiness. I choose peace. I choose joy. You know why, kingdom people? Because that is what I like. That is what I enjoy. So, kingdom people, you have these people. You don't have them, but it's these people. They see that you're happy, you're at peace, you have joy, and they don't want you to have that, because they're not that. But they're not understanding. They're choosing unhappiness. They're choosing lack of joy. They're choosing jealousy. They're choosing to hate you instead of going and doing whatever in the work they need to do. They choose to sit and hate you, be jealous of you, and want to be in your life all at the same time, want to destroy your life, be in your life. That sounds like a lie. They have a lot going on, kingdom people, and it's why they're miserable. It makes them miserable. And again, they want you to be miserable, but you're not choosing misery. You're choosing happy thoughts, peace, joy. The only time I know they're even on my mind is when God is speaking to me about them and showing me things. Other than that, I don't try to see what's going on with these people. I don't, in no way, shape, or form, I don't even ask about them if I talk to someone that know them. I don't do that, because kingdom people, the truth is, I don't care. I know enough about these people to know that I don't want any parts of them. You know, I know that I've come to a place where I've had to release certain people. I know that I'm moving on into a new chapter of my life, and it does not involve these people. These people are not a part of that, and I've made peace with that. I'm okay with that, and I actually prefer it, knowing what I know, which again, kingdom people, I have released. But what I'm finding is that these people are having a hard time releasing. They have a hard time releasing you, kingdom people. They having a hard time releasing you. And I know God was even talking to me about, this was last night. He was talking to me about certain ones that are angry with your success. They're angry. And I'm just listening to, you know, and God showing me these particular people. And a few of them are my elders. And God was showing me how they are angry with your success. And I thought on that, I reflected, I said, wow, that's interesting. That's a very interesting concept. Angry with someone's success. I said, I couldn't imagine. Why would you be angry at someone's success? Well, of course, kingdom people, it's a rhetorical question, because people who are angry with someone else's success is someone who's not happy with their own. I want to say success or lack thereof, whatever success is for them. But the thing is to spend your time, energy, and thoughts and the emotion that you can come up with about someone's success is anger. I said they must be in a very miserable state, because to be angry about someone's success means you have to be very miserable. And when I speak of this, kingdom people, I'm not speaking of it to be sarcastic or to make fun of. I'm really speaking of the condition of the minds, hearts, and spirits of people who think such thoughts. And then they're miserable. They're very unhappy people. And I can see why. Because if you're angry about someone else's success, if you're sitting and watching in jealousy and have hate in your heart towards someone who's not doing anything to you, by the way, they're just minding their business, living their life. And yes, kingdom people, many a times these people want you to be what they want you to be. And here's the thing to that, kingdom people. You have free will choice. It's your life. It's up to you to choose what you choose to do in your life. And you choose to do what God chooses for you for your life. These people have chosen something else. These people choose to be hateful. They choose to be envious. They choose to be jealous. They choose to target people and try to oppress people and keep them down or bring them down. This is what they choose. And you choose something totally different, kingdom people. And these people have a thing in their mind where they want you to choose something different. But it's kind of like, do they not understand it's not their choice? It's yours, and you have a right to choose for yourself, just like they have a right to choose for themselves. And they've made their choices, and so have you. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. And it's up to us what we choose to do in those 24 hours in our day. These people choose hate. They choose jealousy. They choose to try to target someone, to try to, cause someone harm. Some of these people, like I was saying before, they trying to get back in your life, certain ones, but they've set up and talked all kind of stuff about you. They have talked about you in such a horrible way. My question would be, why would you want to be in the life of someone that you're spoken about in that manner? For me, kingdom people, when I'm aware of the facts and the truth, and I see someone and I realize the horrible ways they have, and I realize that they don't mean me no good, I don't want them in my life. And I would not ever try to enter into theirs. I actually choose to have no parts of them. So why would these people talk about you in such a manner in which they do, in such a negative way? They claim they see you in such a negative light, but they're doing little things to try to have a conversation with you, try to get back in your life. For someone that you hate, that kind of speaks for itself, because if someone hates you like that, but they want to play a role, like they want to be your friend, or they changed, or it wasn't like that, whatever the case may be, they can only have one motive in mind, and that is to take from you. I'm here. The devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So they want to take what you are. They want to take your joy, your peace, your happiness, because they don't have it. They don't want you to have that. They want to take whatever they can gain from you. And they also want to destroy you all at the same time. So they are ones who want to enter into your life just to destroy you. And again, kingdom people, they think in their mind as if you don't have any choice in the matter. God had been speaking to me too recently about these ones that feel entitled to you. Entitled to you. You know, they think they're supposed to have access to you. They, in their mind, think you're supposed to deal with them. And they're supposed to have access to whatever is yours, whatever you're getting, whatever God is doing in your life. And I had one question. I said, if they're entitled, why do they have to go through extremes and be manipulative to try to make it happen? If they are truly entitled, wouldn't it just naturally be happening? If you're entitled to something, it's yours. But the thing is, kingdom people, these people are not entitled to your stuff or to you, because you're your own person. Everyone has a choice in the matter in who they choose to deal with and who they choose not to deal with. It's up to you. We make our own decisions for our lives, but these people don't want you to make your own decisions for your own life. They want to make them for you. They want to impose whatever they want to do in their thoughts and belief on you. And yes, kingdom people, you may be walking in your truth, walking in your anointing, walking in your purpose, speaking whatever it is, thus saith the Lord, speaking whatever it is for you, and you have every right to. And if they don't agree, they cannot agree over there. But these people want to impose their beliefs on you, and then want to have a problem when your beliefs, when you're with yours, but you're not trying to impose yourself on them. They're actually stalking you, all in your business, trying to figure out what it is with you, and then get bothered and hateful and jealous all at the same time. Doesn't that sound very discombobulated? Doesn't that sound like the behavior and traits of a miserable people? Doesn't that sound like the traits of someone who's had some mental disorders happening? And I'm not shading nobody who really truly has mental challenges. We all do, living in this world, but it's all what you do with it. And the answer for many of these people is to be hateful, to be jealous, to be manipulative, to want to try to control, to want to try to force what they want to do on you when it's your life. They have their life. And my thing is, go do what you want to do with your life. You do your life over there, I do my life over here. We don't come together. We're not the same. Light and darkness has no fellowship together. We are unequally yoked. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay doing me over here, being at peace, being happy, in spite of what you're doing. Even if you're not happy with me, you're not happy with my success. You feel whatever you feel, whatever you've said, and all these horrible things you think of me, I'm okay with that. You can think horribly about me over there. Think horrible about me over there. It's okay. We don't have to cross paths, but you still want to, in some kind of way, intervene. And kingdom people, everything that God has for you is set apart for you, just like you. Kingdom people, there's nothing that these people can do about you or what God is doing in you and what he's taking you into. Kingdom people, they've already tried. It's null and void. It's like I always say, I joke at people and laugh because I know that the end result is nothing. Psalms 37:28 says, "For the Lord loves what is fair and right. He does not leave the people alone who belong to him. They are kept forever, but the children of the sinful will be cut off." Kingdom people, God is with you. He does what's fair, what's just, is right. He keeps you. He's going to give you everything that belongs to you because you're with him. You're walking with him. You're following his guide. These people are being cut off, not just by you, but unfortunately in many ways by God, because of their sinful nature. And they're just constantly going, and they're miserable because of them own selves. But they want to put the focus on you as if you're doing something to them, and you're all the way over somewhere minding your business. And if they know anything about you, know anything about what you're doing or what you're saying or whatever, it's because they're focused in on you. Had they been minding their business, they wouldn't know. So kingdom people, again, these people are making themselves miserable. They're wanting you to be separated from what it is that God has for you. But God is saying that everything that he has for you is set apart for you. just like you are. He set you apart, which is why he had to pull you out from among them. You were always set apart, but again, you were learning, you were growing, he was building your strength. He allowed you to go through those things that you experience with these kind of people because it was building you. And I'm hearing that it was really building your inner resolve, because what happens, regardless of what people are doing, trying to do what they want for you, your inner resolve is what matters. Your inner resolve is dominant because it's yours. They cannot push their will on you because you have a will of your own. And your will for you is God's will for you. And it's stronger. So they can't just do whatever they're doing, which is why those ones who are angry about your success, angry that you are overcoming, angry that you are walking into your purpose, all that God has for you, all who you are in God and who God is for you, they're angry about that because your will, your inner resolve, God's inner resolve in you, God's will in you that you have accepted, that you are in agreement with, that you are in alignment with, is what's trumping, and it's supposed to. They want their will to trump over you. They want you to be nothing. They want you to have nothing, kingdom people. The hate that they're spewing towards you, which they really have for themselves, they want you to hate you, but you don't. You leave that up to them. If that's what they choose to do with themselves, with their energy, with their time, you leave them up to them to do that, because that only hurts them. It only makes them miserable, which brings me to Proverbs 17 and 22. And it says, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. Say, kingdom people, you have a joyful heart. I already said how we're at peace. We choose peace. We choose love. We choose joy. It feels so much better. All that hate and jealous and resent, all that stuff, there ain't nothing good about it. It dries up your bones. I don't participate in that, kind of people. You don't participate in that, but they do. It's drying up their bones. It's killing their spirit. I just heard they're already spiritually dead. It makes them miserable. But you have a joyful heart, and that's good medicine for you. And you continue to stay in that joyful heart. And I'm just hearing you don't want to do anything else. I know I don't. I like peace. I like happy. I like joy. So I stay away from those things that are not none of that. That are not none of that. And even when they try to come, I don't participate. Because I don't want to be involved in anything that is not peaceful, joyful. Again, the only time that I'm even thinking of something like that is when God is showing me what he's wanting me to see. And again, he said it's to build your inner strength, to build inner resolve, to build inner resilience. So I'll take that. But outside of that, I'm only doing the things that bring me joy, bring me peace, bring me happiness. And even if I have to do some tasks that are a little more menial, I'm going to have peace about that. I'm going to be joyful, because you know why? That's what we choose. That's what I choose, kingdom people. We choose peace. We choose joy. Why, kingdom people? Because everything that God has for you is set apart for you, just like you are, kingdom people. God is walking you into everything that he has for you. And everything that you have been through has been designed to prepare you for where you are now, for such a time as this, for this season, for this time in your life, for this hour. It's all been preparation. And yeah, it's some people that are angry about that. It's some people that are miserable about that. But that's really not your problem. That's their problem. I like to say, when people have a problem with you, that's their problem. If they got a problem with you, it sounds like they got a personal problem. And kingdom people, for me personally, I don't have any issues with these people. They have issues with themselves. Even if they think they have issues with me, the issue is ultimately with themselves. But these kind of people, they don't self-examine. They don't look at themselves. They're not ones to take accountability. They don't, in their mind, they're always right, even though they're miserable and always wrong, for what it is, what I'm speaking of. But kingdom people, I have a thing where I'm like, let them find their blessings. I pray that they find their way and they find their blessings just over there. over there, away from me. I just choose not to have any parts in all that because it's nothing pleasant or happy about it. And I too, once I've already released you, it's no going back. And I say that because God was speaking to me about certain ones trying to find their way back in. And I personally, have experienced, and some of you do too, these random calls, random texts, people emailing you, just trying to reach out. They're putting out bait. They want you to bite the bait because they're trying to find a way to reel you back in. And some of these people think that you don't know, for one, it is them, but secondly, I think for me, it's the thing of, I don't want to have a conversation with you. Some of these people want to talk to you because in their mind, let's work this out. They think their mouth can fix something or they can say something to sway you. And my thing always is, when I'm speaking with God about it, I'm like, I don't want to have no conversation with these people. I don't even care to talk to them at all, ever. I'm at peace with it being like it is. But some of these people have a hard time letting you go, kingdom people. They don't want to let you go. But again, they carry out this hate and jealousy and all this evil in their heart towards you. And it's like you don't want to talk to them. I know I don't. So it's just a little weird to me that you hate me so much. I know it. It's nothing you can do or say to convince me otherwise. I got all the receipts from personal experience. Even when what you think I don't know, and then see and then peep, I did. For years, kingdom people, I was saying nothing about a whole lot. Some things I did mention. Something more I didn't mention than I did. I just paid attention and learned. And that brings me to, how God was talking to me about how these ones that are angry with your success. And I told God, I've been working at this thing for a long time. For years on years on years, kingdom people, I've been working at changing my mindset. Or at some point I did change it, and I just started working it, meditating on these things, doing the work that's necessary, transforming myself, transforming my mind, transform for years. Until, I put in the work for years, and I did it. What God gave me this morning up under people's noses, because that's how some people feel. Like, when did you learn all this? When was you doing? I was doing it all along. Since I have been doing it for some years. I keep saying years because I would say at least 10 years for certain. Before that, really, but really, on a whole nother level. And I can even see where several years ago, because maybe about 5 years ago or so, when I really started getting to the nitty gritty of certain things and started tapping in, certain ones of my relationships started falling apart. And it's understandable because, kingdom people, when you're growing and evolving and people that you're around are not doing that, you become different. And things will become disruptive in your relationships with these people because it's a separation happening. You're no longer the same person. You're growing and evolving. And if they're not doing that, usually what happens is they try to stop your growth. And those are the ones that end up becoming your enemies. But the point that I'm making is that I've been doing this for a long time. And so I'm not going to stop because someone's upset. I'm not going to stop because people are angry. I'm not going to stop because someone hates me and is jealous. That's not going to stop. I've been working at this for a long time. And I've been doing it intentionally, proactively, on purpose. You know why? Because I wanted better. I wanted what God had for me. So I did the work. And yes, a lot of it was done quietly. Because, as I've shared before, people can't handle it. And you learn to realize where people are. And so you learn to not share with them necessarily what you're doing and what you're working at. You just chit-chat with them on the things you can chit-chat with them about. And everything else, you leave out of it. And it's not their business anyway. It's personal. Because it's your life, kingdom people. But these people want to impose on your life. They want to dictate who you be, what you are. They can't even do that for themselves. These people are not even in touch with who they really should be in God. They're walking around wearing masks, being who everybody else wants them to be, or playing the role for everybody else, lost within themselves, not happy and content within themselves. I'm just hearing fearful. But they're trying to control and dictate your life. But you got this. And you're not interested in them trying to maneuver you the way they want to. Because if it was left up to these people, you would be in the gutter. Because that's where they want you. That's where they want you. And that's why they're so upset and angry at your success. Because you ended up somewhere where that's not where they was trying to steer things. But again, you were secretly, in many cases, doing the work. And it wasn't that you was, I'm calling it a secret because it ain't none of nobody else's business. You weren't talking about it. And even if you said bits and pieces, you weren't spilling all the beans. But again, a lot of that has to do with knowing these people can't handle it. You saw the mindset. You hear what comes out of their mouth. You see what they spew. You was just learning from them too, who they are and who people like them are and how they operate. They taught you a lot about a lot of people. Because, it's like statistics. When we do surveys and read statistics, those statistics represent a greater whole. It's just that a certain amount of people were part of the research or the product of the experiment or whatever it is. But each person represents a whole lot of people. So kingdom people, they were just part of your experiment, so to speak, your research. They spoke for a lot of people. So they taught you. You learn how these kind of spirits work. And so now, kingdom people, you're at a place where you're moving into what God is moving you into. And you have some people that are upset about it. They're angry about you overcoming, that you are being successful. You are getting everything that God has for you. And you are becoming and walking in everything that God has created you to be. And they're upset because, again, they chose something different. And they were not anticipating this for you because this was not in their plans for you. You hear what I'm saying? In their plans for you. They were making plans for you to be nothing, to be oppressed, to be in bondage, kingdom people. And that's not your fate. That's not your destiny. That's not how it's turning out. And they're angry and hateful and mad and jealous. And yeah, some of them are trying to find a way to get you to bite the bait. They want to try to get you to bite the bait, kingdom people. But you're not going for it because you already know who these people are. You already know. And there's nothing they can say to change your mind about what you know. In fact, as I already said, I know for me personally, I'm not even trying to have a conversation with these people. I'm not angry or upset. May they find their blessings elsewhere, just not with me. I just have no interest and don't want any parts of that toxicity, those demonic activities. I don't have any interest in people who operate in the spirit of the devil. I have no interest, and it doesn't matter who they are. Because, and I say that because sometimes people feel like we grew up together or we're family. That means nothing when you're the devil, when you're operating in hate, jealousy, and you don't mean me well. You trying to play all these games and be manipulative, and you really don't wish me well. That means nothing to me. You're not. You don't mean me well. That's enough for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with the fact that you don't mean me well. You don't mean yourself well. You're no good for yourself. So you definitely couldn't be no good for me. You're in a predicament. You have some things going on. I understand. And again, I pray that you find your blessings. I pray that you figure that out and you can become free and overcome and be delivered if you choose to, because that is a choice. But unfortunately, so many of your enemies, kingdom people, that's not what they're choosing. They're not choosing to be delivered and free. It's work. It means surrendering yourself to God and allowing Him to have rule over you. These people are in their egos. Their egos rule. They want to be the ruler. They don't want God to lead their lives. They don't want you to lead your life. They don't want you to allow God to lead your life. They want to lead your life right into the gutter. But kingdom people, that's not happening. Why, kingdom people? Because everything that God has for you is set apart. Everything that God has for you has been set apart just like you. It was set apart. What He has for you, He's walking you into. It ain't no hurry. It ain't no trip. They can scratch and do whatever they want to try to stop, block, even steal. I say, let them try to stop and block right over there. Let them do what they do. You know how they say, play at your own risk. Remember back in the days when we used to go to the video games to play Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Centipede, Donkey Kong, all them games? And they used to have signs on the wall at the game room or on the games, the machines, play at your own risk. Here in the people, you got to let them people play at their own risk. Go figure. Just do it over there. And no, we're not having no conversations. We're not reconciling. We don't reconcile with devils. It's okay that you're a devil and that you choose to be a devil. I'm not trying to change that or do anything with that. But I do pray that you find your blessings, that you find your way. You find your way back to God. If you choose. If you choose. It's a choice. I choose God. We choose God, kingdom people. And everything that God has for us is set apart, just like we are, just like we were. And again, what we're coming into, God has it set apart. It can't be touched. Sometimes God will let your enemies think they doing something, and they slow something down, they stop something. It's just set apart. God just working some things out. And you're learning to trust. And you're learning to, I just heard you already know how to trust. You just learned that, I know, let me speak for me. To just chill and flow with it, knowing that it's all working for my good. God kept giving me that yesterday. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. You're called according to his purpose. Everything is working for your good. It doesn't matter what they do. It's null and void. It means nothing. They can be upset. They can hate you. They can be jealous. They can try to stop, block, and do whatever they do. It means nothing. Because everything that God has for you is set apart for you, just like you. Just like you're set apart for him, for his use. Your stuff is set apart for you. They can't touch it. They can't have none. I'm hearing he prepared the table for you in the presence of your enemies. And again, Psalm 37 and 28, for the Lord loves what is fair and right. He's going to bless you because it's fair and right. God don't care nothing about these people being mad and hating on you and being jealous. He's not going to stop your blessings because they mad and hateful and jealous. And you doing what he telling you to do. He don't care nothing about them people and they being in their feelings because they hateful. They will get their just due reward. God does what's fair and right. And it says he does not leave the people alone who belong to him. Can the people, we belong to him. He ain't abandoning us. They want them to, but God does what's just and right. Then it says they are kept forever. We kept forever. But it says, but the children of the sinful will be cut off. Can the people, they're cut off. And I'm going to leave that right there. They are cut off. They're cut off from you. And I hate to say it, but some of them are cut off from God as of right now. Because they're steadily trying to be hateful and jealous and be a problem to you. They're cut off from God just from being in that energy, being hateful, being jealous, playing all these little games. God sees all of that. They're cutting themselves off from God, from the blessings. And many of them know that, which is why they're trying to wiggle their way back in your life. They ain't got no blessings coming. They ain't got not like what you got coming. They don't have that because they've cut themselves off being in all this negativity and all this hate and all this jealousy and playing all these games with God's people. But kingdom people, everything that God has for you is set apart just like you. Just like you. Your stuff is set apart. Can't nobody touch it. Can't nobody do nothing with it. They can try and scratch and hate and all that. Don't mean nothing, kingdom people. Everything God has for you is set apart just like you. Okay? So kingdom people, I am going to let that rest right there. If you like this video and if it resonates with you, please just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Then click on that red subscribe button to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Thank you. Then click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video, something like this from Kingdom People. Also, if you are interested in any of the services that I presently offer, if you would like to sow a seed into me or my ministry, if you would like to check out my podcast show, if you would like to register for the Kingdom Group Life Coaching event on Thursday, the 22nd of December, please Find all that information right down below in the description box. That link for the group event, life coaching event, is the first link. So if you want to be a part of that, you might want to go ahead and register, and because it's going to be actually closing the end of this week. So if you want to get you a spot, go ahead and register for that. And for all of those who have registered and who will be registering, I will see you there. And yeah, Kingdom people, you all know I love you so very much. I really don't want to leave you, but I do have to go right now. But I will be back to hold my Kingdom people down. Now, Kingdom people, with that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom people, above all else, let the Holy Spirit lead you in all things at all times. Kingdom people, we are untouchable. That is my time. Jesus girl is out. Peace.